which is a reality, yes. But if you look at the speech he made last year, that was noted as well, that inflation had dropped to a 17-year low, that the shilling had stabilized at 129. It is the same situation that portends this time round. Yet, that has not been felt in households. And according to the Standard says that going by past rhetoric, this could just be another session of oratory full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. That until the state that the president paints so glossily during the State of the Nation address should be felt as well in the household.
The ultimate destination of the president's agenda is to ensure social and economic equity, that people at the bottom of the pyramid are able to access goods and services and derive benefits from those goods and services with ease. And that is not an event, it is a process. When the president inherited a dilapidated economy, that the country was in a debt distress, the shilling was falling, and the agricultural sector was collapsing, that was a near sorry state. And there are two series of activities. Bring the macroeconomy of the country under control, which the president has done well by ensuring that the shilling is strong, the inflation has come down, and when the inflation is down and stable, it means Kenyans are reasonably accessing goods and services, and we are out of the debt distress, and many things are happening. So to control the macroeconomic aspects is a complicated process and it takes time. And before the macroeconomic aspects falls in place, the micro cannot work. That is where people feel in their pockets and the rest. And
Fred,
that is where the president needs to invest.
Because this is
and
not
this
true.
is where
and I'll give you an opportunity so that you can expand on it.
You can't intervene.
It is not true.
No,
Prof, just allow him to, because...
You know, on live television,
this show,
we cannot be fed on inaccurate
I kept quiet. You had your time,
you have
I
a
kept
duty
quiet.
to say the truth, my brother.
You had your time. You will talk about it when it will be your turn. So, to trigger the rest of the macroeconomic aspects so that people can feel the benefits in their pocket is a process of time. And we have seen through the pillars, a lot of work has been done in the agricultural sector. Farmers are beginning to benefit gradually. The prices of coffee have shot. Sugarcane farmers are paid weekly and such like, except the tea industry, which is still very bad. There are challenges. Those are facts for sure. But then the investment in certain other areas by the president in the social sector, like education and health, is so massive that these are the main components of expenditure of household, education and health. And truth be told, the Ogolas and groups have started keeping quiet about SHA because people who are sick, who are walking to dispensaries and facilities.
If you look at the copy of Daily Nation you have there in front of you, you're saying people have kept quiet about SHA.
But you see,
governors are blaming SHA funding gaps for deaths of 934 babies.
Let me justify my argument. Let me justify my argument.
Now, Fred, also you can see you are not. He's not saying the truth.
Let me justify my argument. Let me justify my argument. The fact is, the implementation of SHA and the people who have gone for treatment there are tremendous results, but not without gaps. The gaps being indicated, there will be gaps even the next 10, 20 years of implementation of SHA. There will be mischievous individuals, the cartels who want to make money,
but that is
those
the reality.
Who are hiding facts. And that reality must be brought to the surface. And the president said yesterday that we need data by March on the actual deaths of maternal deaths and child deaths at birth. Okay. That is data that the president said it very clear.
Let me tell you.
And I think as a country, we should speak the truth. Where there are challenges, we indicate. And where there are successes, we talk about them as much so that we can preserve the successes. The successes that are achieved, if preserved, are good for the country. Okay, we can't have the Ogolas destroying the success and telling us about the gaps. Okay. The gaps will always be there. The challenges will be there.
And that's the state of the nation.
And this is our nation.
And that's the state of the nation.
And that is the state of the nation.
Okay, Professor.
Let me look at Kenyans on the camera, Fred. My dear fellow Kenyans, let us understand the context of this conversation, that inflation has gone down. Inflation is never an absolute figure which remains constant. It's always in comparison to the other previous months. So if you hear that it was 9, this time it is now 4, it does not mean 9 when Uhuru left office. Actually, it was not 9 when Uhuru left, it was 4.5. But they are now calling it 9 to make it look good. But those figures are actually available. You can check them for yourself. The issue of the exchange rate, the president has done nothing to bring it down. And let me explain. As an economist, I know that the dollar has depreciated by 15% over the last few years. And if you check that figure, it is correct. It is the dollar depreciating, then someone is saying, I have stabilized the economy. It is what is called positive externality. For example, what is that? You are passing by the roadside, then a vehicle carrying bread falls. Can you say you have actually earned bread? No. It has just fallen by the roadside. So when Kenya Kwanza is saying that they have actually lowered the exchange rate, it is not true. Tell me what they have done to do it. What they do, G2G oil, never worked. All the things they came, never worked. Then all of a sudden it has worked. Even the talk about food security. It is God who gave Kenyans rainfall. I don't think much was done because fertilizer only contributes little. If there was no rain from God, would they water the plants for Kenyans? Let them thank God for what God has done. And when it comes to the issue they have not been able to fix because it is in the country is interest rate. Why are they saying, Fred, and I'm an economist, whenever the currency appreciates, by automatically the interest rate should go down. For them, they are saying they move us from 169 to 139, but we don't see a cumulative improvement in interest rate. How many Kenyan businessmen can expect access credit? They are now going to what's called Shylocks. We are there on Fred, where people are now putting their television, they are putting their microwave, even the logbook, which used to be lucrative for doing loans, have been overtaken by household items like Sahani, VT. So when a Kenyan can put their sofa set to get money for business, have you seen where we have gone? Then somebody is just stamping, I've stabilized the economy, we are now moving to Singapore. He's the one going to Singapore. How many Kenyans know a flight to Singapore? So what I'm telling to you, my fellow Kenyans, in this election, don't listen to propaganda. You have heard it before. And I'm telling all church leaders, when you go to church on Sunday, please get the right economic thing and tell your church members the real state of the nation. The real state of the nation cannot be read by William Ruto. It can be read by the woman who goes to the supermarket and feels the pinch when he buys every salt, every sugar. It is felt by these motorcycle riders when they go to the fuel station and put in 400 shillings, which cannot give them three passengers. It is felt by that woman who is living on $1 a day, who goes to the supermarket and cannot come with 3 items. It is felt by that young man who cannot access education today, where access is better. Fred, can you imagine when I was in St. Mary's Yala, our annual school fees was maximum 36,000 a year, when education was not free. Now, under this guy, we are being told that you will have to add 53,000 to school fees when it is subsidized by state. What the hell are we talking about? So the state of the nation has worsened. And I'm telling you, Kenyans, if you don't wake up and send this government home, but not for hatred, I'm not a one-term person also. Me, I believe on Solomonic economics. I'm neither one-termnomics or two-termnomics. Me, I'm just Solomonic. That's why I'm in this race, because I believe that this country has eaten a lot of lies enough. And it's high time we tell each other the truth. Okay. That the state of the economy is only good for those in government. All right. But because they have said some people are in government, others are outside, only 5,000 people are enjoying this government. The 56 million Kenyans are called them the least, the lost, and the last. No one cares about them. And Sossion has been sent here on a payroll to come and tell Kenyans lies. And don't listen to people who are being paid to tell lies.
I know you're
I sent you on payroll, or you invited me?
You're here on invitation.
I got an invitation.
But allow me to ask you this question now. Professor, thank you. Now, the other national value and principle of governance, Article 10, that we need to talk about is the issue of human rights. When he made the State of the Nation address last year, it was a few months after the events of June 25th, during the